In the world of live streaming, there's no editing, no retakes, only the truth.
No manches, mira.
Broadcast in real time.
Family who lost a loved one has been pushing for the change.
But sometimes, that truth is terrifying. Shadowy figures creeping into frame.
Go! No! Run! Run!
Or strange people staring into the camera in the most unsettling way. These encounters are so disturbing, they leave the audience in shock. Guys, you know what's worse than a scary game? When the real scare is behind you. This guy was just live streaming some chill Skyrim at his buddy's place. Game's going fine, but in the background, things got weird. A door slowly creaked open, then shut. Another door suddenly slammed. He was alone except for the cat. He stood up to check it out, but the lights flickered. Then another door slammed. He tried brushing it off and sat back down until a box slid off the table all by itself and hit the floor hard. That's when things got real, making him grab his stuff and rush out of the apartment. Overnight streaming. The crew from the Overnight channel was live streaming for charity inside Ed and Lorraine Warren's haunted museum. Yep, that museum. They planned to stay a few nights, but things didn't exactly go as planned. While streaming, one of them opened the case holding the infamous Shadow doll. Bad move. Right after that, the cameras started glitching like crazy. Audio cut out, the screen flickered, and then total blackout. Surprisingly, it took nearly an hour just to figure out if the guys were okay. Let's just say, they didn't finish all their nights. That doll wasn't playing around. Zoom Ghost. This one gave people chills because it all happened on Zoom, live. J-Rob and 3 friends were just chatting online when something freaky happened. Behind Chris, who was mid-convo, something dark moved past the screen. His friends noticed it right away and told him. But he didn't see it. Curious and kinda spooked, he got up to turn on the lights. Later, when they replayed the recording, boom! Clear as day, something had passed behind him. His jaw dropped. Cold air, weird feeling, and that shadow? He's still convinced it was a ghost. Honestly, after seeing that clip, I believe it too. Spooky sighting. Angelina and her daughter were staying in room 212 at the Crescent Hotel, Eureka Springs, a place already known for spooky sightings. Locals say a ghostly woman in white is often seen drifting along the balconies, sometimes even falling into the garden below. Creepy, right? Well, around 6 a.m., Angelina stepped outside for a quiet coffee. That peace didn't last. Suddenly, she heard a woman singing, coming from the empty balcony right next to her. No one was there. She was shocked, a little creeped out, but honestly, also amazed. She believes she caught the voice of a ghost.
Sydney, there's a ghost singing out here, I'm not even kidding you.
And yeah, it sounds like she did. Scary streaming. During a chill Instagram live, Malaysian influencer Nisa Indris was just chatting with her followers when things took a seriously creepy turn. Out of nowhere, a dark figure appeared in the background. The lights flickered and a door quietly closed by itself. That alone was spooky enough, but then it got worse. Her friend, who was right there with her, started acting off, like really off, almost like she was possessed. Nisa looked totally shaken. Now here's the big question. Was it real or just a creepy stunt for views? You decide. Either way, that live streaming left everyone creeped out. Forest encounter. And this brave guy was live streaming from a forest, just walking and chatting like usual until things got weird real fast. Out of nowhere, a strange figure appeared in front of him. It wasn't human, more like a creature creeping out from the bushes. The camera caught it clear as day. He froze, eyes locked on whatever that thing was. Then suddenly, it flew off into the trees and vanished. No sound, no trace, just gone. That's when he totally lost it, screaming, panicking, trying to process what just happened. He never expected to bump into something that terrifying while streaming live in the woods. Creepy Christmas play. A parent was just recording their kid's Christmas play. Nothing unusual, just the usual holiday cheer. But when they rewatched the video later, something felt off. In the crowd of singing kids, one little girl stood out, but not in a cute way. Her appearance was weird, and her movements were even weirder. Parts of her body literally faded in and out, like she was glitching or disappearing for seconds at a time. The parents shared the clip in their group chat, and here's the creepy part. No one knew who she was. She wasn't in the class. So, who or what was that little girl? Baby Blue.
Blue baby. Baby blue. Blue baby.
This one's straight out of a nightmare. It starts with a woman calmly chanting strange words, Baby Blue.
Baby. Baby blue. Blue baby.
Over and over like it's some kind of creepy spell. She's clearly doing a summoning ritual. But here's the twist, guys. She has no idea what she's actually calling. Suddenly, something eerie appears behind her. A ghostly shadow, just lurking. And when she finally notices it, her face freezes in fear. But here's the thing. She was the one who called it. So now the real question is, why be scared of the thing you invited in? Some doors just shouldn't be opened. Weird smile. Now here's a weird one. YouTuber Benjamin Bennett got internet famous just by sitting and smiling at the camera for hours. No talking, no blinking, just this super still, super creepy grin. People couldn't tell if it was art, a prank, or just plain odd. But then, one stream changed everything. Mid-smile, someone opened his door, and for the first time ever, Benjamin broke character. That smile vanished. Viewers were stunned. Some think it was just a random break-in, but others have way darker theories, like maybe he's being forced to do this. No one knows for sure. And honestly, that mystery makes it way creepier. Unseen force. This one's straight out of a paranormal playbook. Security footage shows a woman just walking down the street like normal, when suddenly she's thrown backward like something yanked her out of nowhere. No one was around. Nothing obvious caused it. You can literally see her feet leave the ground, like some invisible force pulled her. Some folks chalked it up to a freak accident, but others weren't buying that explanation. They're convinced something else was involved. Whatever it was, the video left everyone scratching their heads, because that kind of thing just doesn't happen without a reason, right? Live broadcast. During a live broadcast, something weird happened.
I'm sorry. I was in a trance.
The news anchor was in the middle of her report when, out of nowhere, she just froze, completely still. No movement, no speaking. It was like she hit pause, but the broadcast kept rolling. After what felt like forever, she suddenly snapped back to normal, acting like nothing was off. Some folks shrugged it off as a glitch, but others couldn't help but wonder if something more eerie was going on. Was it a simple mistake, or did time itself just freeze for a moment? What do you think happened? Ghost activity.
Materials that you'll need to create a cover sheet are, of course, you'll need some scissors.
Guys, you won't believe this. So this guy was just doing his thing, filming a tutorial for his illustration class. Nothing out of the ordinary, right? But then, something freaky happened.
Some of the materials that you'll need to create a cover sheet are, of course, you'll need some...
Check out this uncut, raw footage. No edits, just pure creepy vibes. Around halfway through, pay close attention. The cabinets start opening and slamming shut all on their own. I mean, seriously, what the heck? The guy was totally alone, and this wasn't his first time seeing weird stuff like this. But now he's got solid proof. He was totally freaked out. And honestly, who wouldn't be?
And the mat board your artwork is mounted to.
Haunted live stream. These two guys were just chilling, playing a video game and live streaming their session, when things took a weird turn. One of them notices that the door, which he had just closed, is suddenly wide open. Not only that, but then the chair starts moving all on its own. Both of them are just staring in disbelief, totally confused by what's happening. I mean, how creepy is that? They're both freaking out, and you can feel the tension. This isn't some prank. Something really weird is going on here. CCTV shock. A guy was just walking down a quiet hallway, minding his own business, when bam! He suddenly bumped into something he couldn't see. Confused, he stumbled back, trying to figure out what happened. But then, out of nowhere, a shadow seemed to appear. And before he knew it, he was sliding across the floor like something was pulling him. He kicked, thrashed, and finally broke free, jumping up and running out of there fast. The CCTV footage caught it all. And let's just say, those who watched it were definitely left a little freaked out. Ghost spectator. Almost 10 years ago, during a big football match in Argentina, something strange showed up in the stands, and people are still talking about it. A dark, shadowy figure appeared, gliding through the crowd and moving up and down the touchline. The weird part? No one seemed to notice it at all. While there could be a simple explanation, fans in Argentina are convinced they caught a ghost on camera. Whether it's a trick of the light or something more mysterious, it's a moment that still has everyone wondering what they really saw. Manga Men Mystery. Manga Men, a YouTuber famous for his live streams where he talks about everything from manga to TV shows like The Walking Dead, had a weird moment during one of his broadcasts. While streaming late one night, something odd happened on his screen. A strange white circle appeared and disappeared, leaving him startled.
Yo, what's that? What's that?
At first, he tried to play it off as just a glitch, but the creepy vibe lingered.
Maybe my screen was messed up. Shit kinda scaring me, man.
He joked that it felt like he was in a horror movie, but the unsettling feeling stuck with him, making the moment unforgettable for viewers.
It's a goddamn horror movie. Somebody like I'm getting ready to get killed by something right now. But
Ghostly audience. During a live football match, something strange happened in the stands that no one could explain. A dark, shadowy figure was spotted gliding across the empty seats, seemingly passing right through the spectators. The eerie part? No one in the crowd seemed to notice it, but it was clearly caught on camera. To make things even weirder, there's another clip showing a similar shadow moving across the field during a match. Even with the game in full swing, none of the players seemed to notice the mysterious presence. Fans couldn't stop speculating. It looked like a ghostly encounter. Live broadcast. So, demons hiding in the shadows? Not anymore. During a regular live news segment, something super creepy happened. The reporter was talking like normal when her voice changed into something straight out of a nightmare. It didn't sound human at all.
That's right, Gloria, and those fire crews are still out here right now trying to determine the cause.
Viewers were shocked, and honestly, so was the news team. The channel later said they had no clue what caused it. No tech glitch, no explanation, just this eerie, unexplainable voice that sent chills through everyone watching.
Now trying to determine the cause of this fire that happened out here on...
So now, the question is...
That's right, Gloria, and those fire crews are still out here.
Was it something paranormal, or just a freak accident? Whatever it was, it definitely didn't sound from this world. I feel fantastic. Back in the early 2010s, a video popped up showing a life-size doll singing. And yeah, It went viral fast. At first glance, it's just a robotic doll humming some strange tune, but the more you watch, the creepier it gets. The doll's movements feel off, its face too human to be comfortable. But here's where things really get dark. An online theory claims the man who owned the doll had a twisted past. They say he dressed it in the clothes of women he hurt just to hear these haunting melodies. No one knows if he was ever caught, and that mystery still haunts viewers today. Home alone. Two girls were home alone when one of them noticed something off by the doorway. If you freeze the video at just the right moment, you can spot it. A young girl in old-fashioned clothes floating mid-air, just staring at them. Super creepy, right? One of the girls, totally oblivious, yelled at the TV, and just like that, the figure vanished. But the girl filming wasn't backing down. She followed it, only to see the same ghostly figure appear at the top of the stairs, still watching. That was all it took. They bolted outside, but when they looked back, the ghost was at the upstairs window. Then suddenly, it was downstairs. That's when they screamed and ran like crazy. Horror game.
And my stream stopped.
A YouTuber was just settling in for a spooky gaming night, ready to stream Joy of Creation, a 5 Nights at Freddy's fan game. Everything seemed fine, until weird stuff started happening right in his room. He kept glancing down because one of his shoes looked like it was moving on its own. Then his screen started glitching, the game froze, and total blackout. Lights gone, stream dead. He just sat there like, nope, I'm out.
The f***? The lights just went out.
Honestly, that reaction, totally fair. When your horror game starts crossing into real life, it's time to shut it down and run.
Okay. Nope.
Being dragged. These two guys were fast asleep, just trying to get some rest. Everything seemed normal until the dorm room door creaked open all by itself. Weird, right? But it got even stranger. If you watched closely, there was this faint blur sliding into the room, almost like a shadow. Then, out of nowhere, one guy's legs lifted like he was being pulled by something you couldn't see. He woke up, totally freaked out, and fought it off. He jumped up, stared at the door, then ran out like, what just happened? And honestly, it really made you wonder, was someone there, or something? Headless encounter. A guy was just out for a late-night cruise on his bike through Bangalore. Nothing out of the ordinary. Until it got real strange. Out of nowhere, he spotted a woman walking down the road. But something was seriously off. She had no head. Yep, none. And get this, he's actually had a couple of weird run-ins like this before. So thankfully, he had his GoPro rolling. He slowed down and turned back to see if his eyes were playing tricks on him. But just like that, she vanished. 1 second there, gone the next. That ride turned creepy in a heartbeat. Weird glitch.
Are you able to? All the way, you got this. Keep going. Bro! You got this, all the way. Now, can you go all the way back?
You won't believe what happened in this one. In April 2021, a guy noticed some strange stuff going on inside his car. So he grabbed a friend and decided to investigate. What they uncovered was chilling.
Are you able to? All the way, you got this. Keep going. Bro! You got this, all the way. Now, can you go all the way back?
A ghostly presence that seemed to be chatting with them. Now, I'm thinking the car's history might hold some answers. Maybe someone's life took a crazy turn in that car. But some viewers joked it was just an Autobot from Transformers. What do you think? A real ghost or something else? Let's hear your theories. I show speed.
Hey,
Kind of like an Indian girl.
That was the first one, right?
Yeah, she's pretty.
You remember all of them. Have you never photographed?
While live streaming, iShowSpeed had an odd moment that left viewers scratching their heads. As he chatted with his audience, something about his eye seemed off. It briefly appeared to change, almost like it was becoming reptilian. It wasn't long, but enough for fans to start speculating. Could he be hiding something more than just his online persona? Some even started to wonder if he's connected to the reptilian theories that have been circulating for years. With each strange incident, the mystery deepens, leaving everyone curious about what's really going on. Vanishing Woman. This one will make you question everything you see. During a live news broadcast, a viewer at home noticed something odd and decided to rewind and check it out. What they saw is definitely worth a second glance. While the reporter was in the middle of an interview, a woman dressed in white casually walked behind them. But then, without warning, she vanished. Just disappeared into thin air. No wall, no tree to hide behind. It was like she activated an invisibility cloak right out of a Harry Potter movie. Trust me, you'll be thinking the same thing we are. Sleepover surprise. A guy was just joking around, filming his brother as he slept beside him. Everything seemed normal until he turned the camera toward his brother, only to spot a ghostly figure lying next to him. But here's the twist. When he checked again, the figure was completely gone, leaving him to wonder if he had really seen it. Was it a trick of the light, or did something supernatural join them for a nap? Doppelganger.
And let us know exactly what she wants from this end relationship.
During a live news broadcast, a reporter was giving her political segment when viewers spotted something weird. In the background, a woman stood there, looking almost identical to the reporter herself. The resemblance was so striking that it got people wondering, could news reporters have body doubles? Some even joked it was a glitch in the Matrix, while others thought it might be a clever illusion. With deepfakes and fake news so common today, it's hard to tell.
End relationship between ourselves.
Was it just a bizarre coincidence, or did something eerie happen that day on live TV? Ugly doll. In this video, a girl was chatting in Spanish, calling her quinceañera doll ugly, and then something totally unexpected happened. The doll moved. The girl froze, completely freaked out, as if the doll had heard her and got angry.
Bueno, aquí les presentamos a la muñeca de Betty que se la regalaron 15 años. Ay, no manches, mira.
Quinceañera dolls are meant to look like the birthday girl and are a special gift for turning 15, but seeing this one react like it had a mind of its own? Definitely more creepy than sentimental. Imagine getting a doll for your big day, only for it to act like it's got a grudge against you. Strange, right?
Ay, no manches, mira.
Managua encounter. One night in Managua, Nicaragua, a groundskeeper had an encounter he couldn't shake. While walking near a crypt, a ghostly figure appeared out of the darkness, rushing past him before disappearing behind a pillar. Frozen in fear, he couldn't explain what he had just seen. Some locals speculated it was La Llorona, the vengeful spirit known in Mexican folklore. No matter what it was, the sight left the groundskeeper deeply shaken. He couldn't stop thinking about the terrifying figure and what other unknown horrors might be hiding in the shadows that night. Library horror. Early one morning, a security camera in a library caught something strange. At 5:36 a.m., with no one around, a book suddenly flew off the shelf, landing in an eerie way. It didn't lie flat. Instead, it stood upright on its edge, perfectly balanced. The staff tried to recreate the bizarre scene, but couldn't. What made this even creepier was the book's title, which included the word spiritual. It left many wondering if an unseen force was making its presence felt. Was it just a strange coincidence, or was something more supernatural at play? Passengers vanished. At a busy airport, everything seemed routine, until out of nowhere, a man disappeared right before everyone's eyes. A woman standing behind him froze, shocked, while others looked around, trying to make sense of what had just happened. But this wasn't the only strange incident. In another airport, cameras caught someone vanishing while sitting in the waiting area, leaving people nearby in complete disbelief. No one knew where they went or how it happened. It was as if they just vanished into thin air. This eerie moment left everyone rattled, sparking conversation and fear for days. The Bridge Phantom. One evening, a local guy was walking home across a bridge when he spotted someone just standing near the edge. As he got closer, something felt off. Really off. The figure standing there had legs and a torso, but no upper body. Yep, the head, arms, and everything above the chest were just gone, like it vanished into thin air. He froze right there, trying to process what he was seeing. Before he could react, the eerie figure disappeared. No one else ever reported seeing it again, but that night left him with a memory he'll never forget. Birthday celebration. It was just a sweet TikTok. Grandma was all smiles, celebrating her birthday while the family filmed the moment. Everything seemed totally normal until her grandchild re-watched the video later. That's when things got weird. In the clip, a shadowy figure suddenly darted in and walked right behind Grandma, fast and creepy. No one at the party saw anything when it happened, which made it even scarier. The way it moved? Definitely not human. Viewers were quick to call it what it looked like, a ghost child crashing the celebration. Now that birthday's remembered for a whole different reason. Creepiest street walk. During a late-night live stream, CCTV footage showed a group of people just strolling by, but something felt wrong. Their faces looked twisted, like masks, but not the kind you wear for Halloween, and their movements, stiff, robotic, almost like they weren't fully human. Viewers were quick to point it out in the comments, and honestly, they weren't wrong. No one could figure out who they were, or what they were. That clip still creeps people out. Were they strangers, or something not from here trying to blend in? Creepy face. A guy was casually live streaming from his room until he heard something weird. The creepy noises got louder, and he ended the stream to hide. That's when he saw it, right by the door. A terrifying face peeked in, and its long, bony fingers slowly wrapped around the edge. It didn't look human, not even close. Some viewers said it looked like a demon from the dark web. Others think it's something worse. Whatever it was, that night changed everything. Would you stay in that house after seeing that at your door? Knock knock. This guy got the scare of his life when non-stop knocking echoed through his place. After hesitating, he finally opened the door. Nobody was there. Just as he thought it was a prank, a shadow zipped past the window. Still, no one was outside, only creepy, childlike laughter. Things got worse fast. He turned on the light and saw a kid who vanished. Moments later, he saw something moving on the roof. When he looked up, there it was, a chilling figure staring right at him. Yeah. Never answering a random knock again. Live interview. It started off as a sweet father-son moment on live TV, but then things got weird. As the little boy began talking, people noticed something off. His dad, the politician, was silently mouthing every word, not once or twice, but the whole time. Viewers were creeped out, comparing it to a ventriloquist act or something out of a horror movie. Some said it felt too rehearsed, others just called it disturbing. Whether it was nerves or something else, the clip gave off major uncanny vibes. And let's be real, it left more chills than charm.
I want to be in the war and save the country.
Face at the door frame. What started as a sweet video of a family dinner turned into something out of a nightmare. While everyone was laughing and eating, no one noticed the pale, creepy face peeking out from behind the hallway door. It wasn't until later, when they watched the footage back, that the figure came into focus. And trust me, it wasn't someone they knew. Since that night, the family's been on edge. Makes you wonder, if you checked your home videos right now, would you find something or someone staring back? Ventriloquist doll. Now get ready for something seriously creepy. There's this old ventriloquist doll named Mr. Fritz, and he's locked in a glass box for good reason. One night, the security camera caught something wild. His eyes started blinking, and his mouth moved like he was trying to talk. No one was near the case, and there weren't any wires or tricks involved. Then, as if that wasn't enough, the glass door slowly opened by itself. The owner had no clue how any of it happened. Even pros said it's impossible. So yeah, either it's haunted, or this doll has secrets. Haunted glass. Imagine being on live TV when something creepy happens right in front of you. That's exactly what went down during a news show in Honduras. One of the anchors noticed his glass shift on its own. At first, he played it cool, but then it moved again. He later said he felt a cold chill just before it happened, and when he tried to move the glass himself, it wouldn't even budge. No strings, no tricks, just pure paranormal weirdness. The whole newsroom froze, and honestly, so did viewers watching at home. Max Headroom Incident. On a cold November night in 1987, Chicago's TV screens were hijacked by a strange figure wearing a Max Headroom mask. There were no demands, no messages, just distorted sounds, erratic movements, and total chaos. The whole thing lasted only 90 seconds, but that brief moment was enough to leave viewers rattled. The eerie interruption became one of the strangest unsolved mysteries in broadcast history. Who was behind it? And why? Decades later, the Max Headroom incident still lingers, like a ghost in the signal. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. The subscriber's pick. These two sisters, Lisa and Amy, were cruising down the road, jamming to Adele, with Amy recording the fun. Everything seemed fine, until Amy suddenly spotted something strange in the back seat. At first, she brushed it off, but then she saw it again. A creepy, baby-like face, staring right at her. Naturally, she freaked out and told Lisa to check the camera. They went back to the footage, and sure enough, there was a ghostly face, looking like a little baby. Some viewers thought it was just a lighting trick or a glitch in the Matrix, but these girls were convinced it was something supernatural. And honestly, I'd say the same. The baby's expression looked way too real to be just a trick. Was it a ghost haunting their car, or something else? It was hard to say. See you next time.